The Grey Death Legion is one of the most storied mercenary units in the Inner Sphere, but they've faded into the past. Now, Ronan and Isabel Carlyle strike out on their own, rebuilding the legendary unit of their forebears in the Ill Clan era in this brand new collection of stories from Jason Schmetzer. Ronan and Bell have the training, intelligence, and most importantly experience to carry their family's legacy into a new era, and collected here for the first time in Grey Death Rising. Read where it all begins. Again, get Grey Death Rising at BattleTech.com or wherever you buy your BattleTech fiction.
Hey everyone! Welcome to Tuesday Newsday! It's me, I'm Rem, I'm the Community Marketing Director for Catalyst, and I'm here with my guest, Jim Topa, from the demo team. Hi, Jim!
Hey Rem, how's it going?
It's weird to call you Jim. Like, I don't know, you're just Topa to me.
That's fine.
Excited to chat with you about all of the upcoming cons and the events that the demo team's doing at those cons.
Yes.
So gonna chat about that a bit. But in the meantime, I want to start with some news of the day. So I've got some stuff for you in a couple of locations. So I'm gonna move it all over the place here. All right, so don't forget that Frostpunk is coming to Kickstarter in about a month. Catalyst is partnering with 11-Bit Studios, and we've done the we've created the Frostpunk tabletop RPG, and that is launching July 9th is the date right now, and it's pretty exciting because shortly, I think after the campaign ends, like within weeks, they're launching Frostpunk 2 on Steam. So so you're gonna want to follow that project, get in on that. Beautiful art, hard decisions. Ton of fun. I had a blast playing Frostpunk on the Catalyst YouTube channel last Friday, and having Lorcan make all the choices that would try to lead me to cannibalism. So it's fun. If you want to tune in, I'll be doing that every Friday I can from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern here on the Catalyst channel, and look into the chat to make all my difficult choices. So tune in.
Did you put the kids outside and have them shovel the snow?
No, so I think as much talk as there was, they made mostly good decisions. So there were the child shelters, and then they were starting to be educated as medics. We went with funerals, or a cemetery instead of a snow pit, but no ceremonial funerals yet, I think. We went for... I think we did radical treatment instead of sustained living. So,
Okay.
You know, we might lead to triage where you get to kill a quarter of the population to instantly heal half of your sick. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to come. But it's been pretty fun to go for that. So, and then on Backerkit in August, Catalyst is partnered with Snoop Dogg and Master P on Snoop cereals Get in the Game. So basically, if you've seen these cereals in grocery stores, they're taking those characters. It's like a basketball game theme, and they're making it into a tile game. So it's got some strategy to it. The art is fun. And we're currently, we just did a lot of work on the rewards and stretch goals, and there's a lot of fun ideas on where we might take this. So you're going to want to check that out and follow that. That one is launching on Backerkit. We're going to give them a try this time, so it'll be fun.
Okay.
BubbleNet. So this is one of the Friends of Catalyst items. So Kat Dreyer, and this kind of is a little bit tangled into one here. So Kat Dreyer works for my company, and she is one half of the owners of Dreyer Inc., and they've just released today their first Kickstarter on Kickstarter. It's their first board game. It's whale themed. It's super cute. She was mentored on game design by Kurt Covert from Smirk and Dagger Games. They're the ones that bring you Boop. And I think, what is it called? Night Cage or something like that. It's the one where like the darkness follows you and the room behind you changes and scares me. It's wonderful. But he is a brilliant designer. And so them working together is phenomenal. They just launched today. So I'm going to drop you guys that link. Kat is actually working for me as marketing, and her client is Jordan Weisman, the creator of BattleTech and Shadowrun. And he has an announcement for y'all today too. This is actually going to go out in a newsletter to the mailing list as well. But Jordan has started a new company called Endless Adventures Inc., and they are producing Adventure Forge, which is a video game design platform that you can not only create your own video game without having to know how to code, but then once you play your game, like people can actually play it through Adventure Forge as well through Steam. So they are doing Steam's Next Fest this week. He's actually going to be live streaming today, this evening. I think it's at 6 o'clock Pacific, through Next Fest. So check it out on Steam. I think all the information is there on Steam. But here is the Steam page for Jordan for Adventure Forge. And so we wanted, since he is all things BattleTech and Shadowrun and Crimson Skies, and I mean, he's brilliant. So this is his new endeavor, so you should go support that. Do a wish list, add to your wish list. If you've ever wanted to create a video game before, whether it could be a card game, it could be a board game, it could be an MMORPG, it could be whatever you want it to be. It's all being built into this platform. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, what else do I have? I also have, a new release from Shadowrun is coming up, and I want to pull up the text for this because I'm pretty excited about it. RJ talked about this when we had him on last week, but I have back cover copy for you too. So let me go find where I dropped it in my marketing chat. Whee! All right, let's see. This is dropping June 17th. It's $5.99, and this will be on our the Catalyst store page, so store.catalystgamelabs.com, and it's called That Old Voodoo. You've heard of voodoo, but do you really know what it is? That Old Voodoo brings this tradition fully into the Sixth World, providing information about how this set of beliefs finds a place in the ever-changing post-awakening world. With background on this tradition, enchantments, rituals, critter stats, quality paths, and more, this book provides a grounding to help you use voodoo in your Shadowrun game. So that's dropping this coming, what is that? What is the 17th? Monday?
The 17th is, Monday.
Monday. So check that out. And then on the 15th, which is Saturday. Shrapnel issue 17 is dropping, and I do have the pre-order link ready. Boop, boop. Put that in chat. Paste. Boop. There you guys go. So, gosh, there's just so much happening. Castle Wolf Moon that Lauren and I are working on is still on track here and launching in the next couple of weeks, it's solidifying. But there's going to be a big party for it at GamesCon Canada. And it's been pretty cool. We've got Fanroll on board. We've got Norse Foundry on board to help, and we've got some more surprises in store. So I'll drop that link too, so that you guys can follow that. This is the last known unpublished campaign by Gary Gygax and Chris Clark. So
it's gonna be pretty big.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Where do I have it? Just kidding. I'm gonna have to go to my chat here. So many windows. Wee. Castle Wolf Moon. And then I get to scroll through 2 million graphics that everyone's making. They're doing some really cool stuff. I'm pretty excited about it.
I'm looking forward to the dice and the tray that you got for the 40th edition.
Yeah, for the 40th anniversary?
Yeah, 40th anniversary.
I'm excited for GenCon for that. That's my contribution. Everyone's always asked, like, we get in the directors meetings and people are like, what ideas do you have for GenCon? And I'm a big fan of Fanroll. He's become a good friend. He's bailed me out, like, when I've gone to an event and I'm like, I need a giveaway. Can I have like 800 dice? Okay, thanks. He's phenomenal. That's Neil over at Fanroll. So I'm gonna drop Castle Wolf Moon in the chat. Boop. All right. I think that's everything. That's all the news. So, oh, I'm hearing Topa's a bit muffled and quiet. So if you can, I have you all the way turned up on my end. So if you can.
Yep. Let me see if I can change mine.
Boop, boop, boop. Meanwhile, I'll bring up the questions document from my mods. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for being my mod. I just saw the first question that came in. You're gonna enjoy that one, Topa.
Am I? Who's it from?
That gives it away. I'm not telling you yet.
Okay. All right, I'll try to speak a little louder, Rem.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yell at me.
Okay.
All right, so Topa, with stuff happening for the demo team, GameCon Canada is this weekend.
Yep, it is.
What's going on in terms of events for GameCon Canada? I have to do that thing now where I don't have to talk louder. I just need you to talk louder. So I just realized I was yelling. Go ahead, tell us.
They're going to be doing a couple of events. They got some grinders going on. I know that they've got a feature event going on Saturday where they're going to be using some 3D terrain, playing some BattleTech. It's a homegrown scenario that one of the agents that's going to be there is running. So we're looking forward to that. I think that they're also going to try to do some Leviathans while they're out there. So Justin's coming up to GameCon Canada. And so we're going to have a little bit of everything for BattleTech that's out there.
Awesome.
So the agents that are running it are looking forward to it. They're very excited to bring a major con to Canada, and hopefully next year it'll get a little bit bigger.
Awesome. Cool. So that's in Edmonton, in Alberta, near Calgary. So for anyone in Canada that can make it that way, I know it's a big place, hard to get, to the center of Canada. But so that's this weekend.
Yep.
Next week yes. Into the weekend, because it's Origins and it's 5 days, sure. is Origins in Columbus, Ohio. So
yeah.
What do we have coming for Origins? What's going to be there?
So Shadowrun's going to be there. The Shadowrun agent's going to be running their events in their normal room. They've got their full gambit. Matter of fact, I'm looking at the list right now. they've got their full gambit of events going on. So a lot of dice rolling and a lot of storytelling going on for Shadowrun. I know the guys are excited to be back this year and rolling. Hopefully you'll get a chance to roll some dice with them, Rem.
I'm hoping. So we can talk maybe just a little bit about this, but
Yep.
I'm going to be immersing in BattleTech at Origins, but I'm hoping for at least one Shadowrun game because that's my tradition. I let myself have one.
We'll make sure you get over there.
Good.
So for BattleTech, we were going to start out small and grow depending on what Catalyst was going to do for Origins. So we were going to start out with some grinders and some learn to plays, but now Catalyst is going to be there. So we have Solaris Melee Challenge coming back after, I would say maybe 5 or 6 years since it hasn't been in Origins. So we got Solaris Melee Challenge going to be there.
Cool.
We've got a lot of grinders going on. Justin's going to be coming down to Origins to do Leviathans. So we're going to have Leviathans grinders and Leviathans learn to play, I believe, happening at Origins all day. We've got a couple of Alpha Strike scenarios happening Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. One of the scenarios is a scenario that I wrote based off of the Icons of War novel. Based on it, it's not the exact battle, but we've played it like 5 or 6 times with different people, and everyone seems to have a good time with it. It's very challenging, but it's a pretty fun scenario.
Cool.
So we've got that. We're going to have hopefully a couple of Drafted for War tournaments. So that's one of the newer formats for tournaments that we've got going on for BattleTech and Alpha Strike. Everyone has fun because you build a force and you're limited by certain points for Alpha Strike, and you duke it out with everybody that you're playing with. So it's a quick down and dirty tournament that can be done in about 2 hours.
Cool.
So that's going to be going on. Yeah. So it doesn't take a lot of time. You can use force packs, you can use salvage boxes, or you could do it where you just have the people bring their own force. So we're gonna have minis for that. We're gonna either have salvage boxes or force packs for it. But we're gonna have 2 of those tournaments going on, and then we are gonna have a mech race game going on Thursday. So it's gonna be hexless, but basically you're gonna be running a mech in each weight class, or you and a partner will be running a mech in each weight class, and you've got to try to get around to the next starting line to earn points. You earn points by killing mechs. So it's going to be, I think we're going to have a good time at Origins, a lot of events. We're hoping to see everybody there for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited so I've got the rhythm of both Alpha Strike and Classic. I'm really excited to kind of start to dip my toe into like, okay, what's 350? Okay, what's, let me do a scenario. Let me start to get I feel like I've been on what do they call them when you have an allergy and they remove everything from your diet, but like rice and chicken or something like that, and then you slowly
purge, like sort of like purging, or
it's I can't remember. There's an official term for it, but then you start to slowly introduce other foods. I feel like I'm there. Like I've had my rice and chicken. I get it now, and now I'm excited to introduce some different flavor into the games. So, please. I just saw questions pop through. So in chat, thanks Dave for being our question feeder today and our moderator. Please send questions in for me or Topa, and we'll be happy to answer them. Elimination diet. Thank you, Aaron.
Hey, Rem, I do have one more thing to say about Origins.
Yeah.
Some of the times that are on Origins' website are incorrect. So we are trying to get those corrected with Origins, and it just hasn't happened yet. So if you have a question about what time your Shadowrun event is happening or your BattleTech event's happening, email demoteam@catalystgames.com, catalystgameslabs.com, and we'll let you know what time the games are starting. Cool. And a lot of these events that we were talking about for BattleTech, we submitted them into Origins, but they haven't gotten into the system yet. So we're going to probably have like a signage at the booth or signage in the play area with a list of what events are happening that day.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Is it too early to talk about GenCon and what's planned, or do you have anything for that?
No, we can talk about GenCon.
Do it!
All right, so we've got a lot of things going on for GenCon. The Shadowrun room, we got the Shadowrun room.
We got it?
That's what I've been told. So yeah, so the Shadowrun room will be there. We're going to be running Shadowrun. We're going to be running the BattleTech role-playing game there. Mark Riggleman will be doing a couple of sessions of that. So, if you want to get in on some BattleTech and you want to do a deep dive into the RPG realm, that's probably a good event to try to jump into.
Cool.
Mark does a very good job with it. He sold out all of his events last year.
Neat.
And I think that, he's going to do a great job again this year. For BattleTech, we've slightly moved. We're not where we're normally at. We're across the entryway. We're going to be right next to the food court and the bathrooms.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to be doing, we've got an Alpha Strike doubles tournament. We've got an Alpha Strike 350 singles tournament. We've got our feature events with David Lever, always does a great job with the terrain and the games. We got the paint and take with Amy Sarabella. She's going to be doing a great job with that. Cool. She did a great job at Adepticon. So we'll have them there. Solaris Muley Challenge will be there. So really our full gambit of events are going to be going on.
Awesome.
So Masters of Minions, I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll get Masters of Minions started almost right on time again this year. But you're going to be playing in Masters of Minions, and there's going to be a few other people playing in it. So we'll get you schooled up on BattleTech so you can demolish your opposition.
Oh, I go full on war. Yeah, so I can't wait to be competitive with this, so it'll be fun. Yeah. Neat! I'm so excited. It's gonna be a blast. I'm glad to be back in convention season. Part of me that's like, oh gosh, the next 4 to 5 months, nothing is going to get done. But
it's kind of funny, Rem, that we used to have that mindset of, June started the convention season, and DragonCon sort of ended the convention season, and now it seems like the convention seasons are nonstop, right?
Until the first weekend of December. Like it's massive.
Yeah, I mean, I think now we're going to start counting Adepticon as the start of our con season, and don't hold me to this, but I think we're ending our con seasons with LVO. If we go to LVO on a regular basis,
LVO,
the Las Vegas Open.
That one to me, like it's like the spot in the desert. Because there's almost nothing in December, almost nothing in January except LVO, nothing in February, and then we're back at Adepticon. So to me, the end of the season is, last year it was the first week of December was PAX Unplugged, which I'm pretty excited about because that's it went pretty well in terms of streaming from that location and doing all of our all right, this is what's coming for the next year. So that's kind of turned into our con to be like, what's coming? So I'm pretty excited.
We had a conversation. I had a small conversation with James Kirtley yesterday about PAX Unplugged and what we're going to do for that. So we may expand some of the events for that, or we might keep it the same. But yeah, we've already started talking about that. We're probably going to start talking about Adepticon here pretty soon because I don't know if you saw the announcement, but hotel blocks open up later this month. So yeah, it's going to be a nonstop kind of year from here on out.
I'm pulling up the Catalyst convention schedule. This should be the most recent version. So let's see here. Gotta get my colors reviewed here. So we've got, that's March, that's over. So we did ACD. Oh, that was all May. Go away, May. June, we just did Asmodee Nordics. We did UK Games Expo, GameCon Canada and Origins.
Yep.
Then GenCon. Then we're still on the schedule. I saw a question pop up for 3 in one weekend.
Yep.
Which
Nova, DragonCon, and PAX
West.
West.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all 3 of those. Alliance Open House is in September. That's a trade show.
October's. We don't have anything in October.
October we do.
Oh,
We
do we?
have Essen in
Oh,
Germany.
That's right. Yes.
We have PAX Australia.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about
which
that.
is the next week. And then the next week is GameholeCon, which is a RPG focus, but they've got like some BattleTech there and some stuff too, some different things. But it's very intimate con. It feels like GaryCon for those familiar with it, except instead of just feeling like D&D, it's all RPGs. But it's where the industry goes to play. So like True Dungeon goes there and sets up, even though it's small. It's like you've run into. I met Matt Lillard there last year. Mike Merles, people from Kobold Press, like Rob Whelan, a ton of people from the industry are there.
Where's
And
that one at?
it's in Madison.
Oh, okay.
And so I just got to go and attend it last year and just check it out. And I was like, there's absolutely, like, with the RPG division really coming into itself, and especially with Shadowrun, I think we should be there. And we got a really cool area. We're going to have, our booth is going to be outside of the vendor hall, but up the stairs. It's going to be all LED lit to get up there. And it's going to be a Shadowrun lounge. So it's going to be LEDs. It's going to be like holographic signage that we're researching and stuff like that. So we're going to be up there, and I'm very excited for it. So those are our 3 in October. We do, I don't know what that color means. What is that color? Oh, it looks like we might be doing a walkthrough, but not selling at Southern Assaults. Smoky Mountain Gift Show is a distributor show. Then we've got, then we're planning for another Kerensky Con for our Kappas in November.
In November, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be. Isn't that one gonna be in the West Coast this time? Maybe.
We're thinking about maybe doing it the week before PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, that's right.
So that might be in Philly. So we think what we're gonna do is, since it's 2 years that the Kappa's like program is, we're thinking about doing. We did Adepticon. We did. If we do Philly, then like we can spread it across the country a little bit.
Right.
So
as much money as I spent, I should have been a Kappa.
What was that?
I said, as much money as I spent, I should have been a Kappa.
You should have been. So yeah, and then there's the reason it takes me so long to read this is that it's got a lot of lines on this, and they're all different color coded. Of like, what are we not attending? What are we maybe doing a walkthrough? Not attending but could change, possibly. I don't know why we need not attending but could change, possibly attending but not selling, not attending won't likely change. It's great. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of dates ahead of us still. So, time check. All right, 4:30. So before we get into questions, usually I do that in about 10 minutes or so. So
Okay.
Topa, I want to just talk to you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Cool.
I'm enjoying the summer weather here in Michigan.
Awesome. You know, Michigan's known for its summer weather.
It is.
So, tell me a little bit, like, how did you first get involved in BattleTech?
So I got started in BattleTech back in 1988 when I went to college in Southfield, Michigan. I went to a local comic book store with some of my college roommates, and I didn't get the box set. What I ended up buying by accident was the BattleTech manual, which I still have,
Nice.
that I bought. And I didn't realize that I needed to have the box set in order to play the game. So I went back and I ordered the box set and I bought it. And my college roommate and I tried to figure it out, try to figure out how to play the game. And then I joined the Air Force. And when I got to Dayton, Ohio at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, I hooked up with a bunch of guys, and we started playing BattleTech like almost every Sunday. we went to conventions and started running games in the Dayton area. And just that's how I started. It really the Dayton area impacted how I run my games at BattleTech and how much BattleTech I played.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I not every game was a positive influence for me. There was one game where I had a bunch of people come up to me. It was at a game store in Dayton, and a whole bunch of people came up to me and said, "I need this number to hit. Here's where I hit," and go from there. And it just, I was a relatively new player, and I was still trying to figure out the game, and I didn't really appreciate them not going through the numbers with me. So it's really impacted me on how I run my games, and I almost force the players to talk to each other and try to figure out the numbers. That way people learn, new people are going to be learning the game, like yourself. It helps them get faster into the game and can really enjoy it.
It was a cool moment for both Alpha Strike and BattleTech when I didn't have to write out all of my Satyr or Gator numbers. And I was like, oh, I got this. It's 8. Like it's nice to be able to have that ownership as you get better and better at it and get the routine.
Yep.
Cool. So go ahead.
Yeah, and I ended up joining the demo team in 2009 when Mike Miller dragged me in to run Solaris. And so I've been part of the demo team ever since 2009.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, gosh, that's 15 years now.
Yeah, I know.
So, joining the demo team, like, what is it, BattleTech or the demo team or both that has had you invest so much of your time and energy into conventions and playing and teaching and stuff like that?
It's been both. BattleTech at first when I was running Solaris, because it was something that I inherited and I took on, and people really, kept coming back to me, the 10 years that I was running it, like Michael Cirabella, he always comes back to Solaris. He always talks about how much he enjoys coming to Solaris Melee Challenge. And all the people that I've learned, or not learned, but all the people that I've have relationships with because of BattleTech. And so now, flip side is helping the agents, broaden their games, make their games a little bit better, because we can always tweak our games to make them a little bit better for our players. Always help the players out a little bit. So now it's a little, it's sort of both. It's sort of like a mentoring of the agents and mentoring of the players, and that's what I really do enjoy.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
you're very patient at it. I remember our first training, the learn to play at Origins last year. Wow. Yeah. It's been a year.
It's been 1 year.
It feels like so much longer.
So, time flies when you have fun.
It feels like longer. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to switch over to questions because some of this is relevant to what we've been talking about. So, first question that you're going to love is from Aaron Kroll.
Okay.
Why is James Topa so sexy?
Well, I don't think I am. I'll just leave it at that.
The modest answer. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, Aaron. There's your answer there. It made me laugh. Corehammer asks, Jim, got any helpful advice for someone looking to get into the demo team in a small town?
So the big thing is advertising, right? I mean, if you want to get into the demo team, we have a link. Matter of fact, send an email to demoteam@catalystgamelabs.com. We'll send you a link to get signed up. We'll get you in. The big thing I can tell you is if you have a store in your small town, start talking to them. It's all about communication. Start talking to them about, hey, what can we do to, demo the game? What can we do? Start putting flyers up where you can, like maybe at the library or at some public places about advertising the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, like here in Battle Creek, I've been trying to get BattleTech into the comic book store that I go to since I moved back up to Michigan, and that's going on 12 years now. And now I have my first official demo with the store because they're starting to carry BattleTech.
Awesome.
So it's a matter about, yeah, it's a matter about persistence. It's a matter about communication. It's a matter of just don't give up.
Awesome. Couple questions from Prussian Havoc for you. For
Okay.
Jim, more than 900 demo agents have joined the CDT since you first joined yourself. How has the CDT evolved over the years?
Mary did a very great job of leading the agents and helping mentor them and helping get them to where they are. Because I know we talked about there were some agents that were struggling, and some of the conversations that she has with those agents helped turn them around and kept them as agents. I think the big thing is that we mentor each other, we help each other. I can remember when before I joined the demo team and coming to BattleTech events, it was really wasn't a very warm environment to bring people in. You kind of got scared away. It's like I know I went to Origins like in 2005, 2006, and I jumped in a grinder, and I didn't have the same warm feeling that I have now. So I think since I joined in 2009, I think things have changed in the attitude of the agents of being more receptive to players and bringing them in and making things easier for them or making them more welcome. So that way everyone can play BattleTech.
Cool. Awesome. All right, some general questions for BattleTech. Shipping updates. I don't really I haven't heard anything fresh since the last time we talked. I know that the Norse Foundry shipment that we talked about last time, I had mentioned Dice Pucks, but they're also the ones producing all the tokens, the pins, coins, like that kind of stuff. So waiting on them is kind of necessary. I can't talk for so many of the orders that come with a challenge coin. So I don't know if that's now arrived. I don't know if it's still on its way. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I know we're getting ever closer and closer. Is worldwide shipping expected to start at the same time as US shipping? I believe so. I don't know QML's processes. I'm not really familiar. But I do know that that they are getting closer. They keep finding. I see that the chats like spruce up about a new roadblock, and then they all jump in and get it resolved. And then there's a new roadblock, and then they all jump in and get it resolved. So it's a lot of work behind the scenes. One of the things that I've learned personally from managing Kickstarters is I like a lot of transparency. I would rather tell everyone every single story of what happens. But there is absolutely a balance in every single campaign that I've been part of where if you communicate so much, then people have more to push back against you. And it gets louder and louder and louder. So even like we've had a campaign that like still fulfilled on time, but we were so early originally, and then all these roadblocks happened, and so we ended up just being on time, and people were still mad. And it's like, but we were on time. So it's a fine balance between what to communicate and what not to communicate, and that's part of why I've kind of kept my head out of it. Also, I've been busy, and Tyler's got all of it under control. So, yeah,
delegate, right?
Yeah, he's got it covered. If there's something, since my place is community and stuff like that, like I've stepped in and gotten my hands dirty when it's been something like, we have 700 messages in the Kickstarter. Then it's something where like I need to poke my head back in now. But when things are just kind of routine and going the way they're supposed to go, I duck back out. Turbo Turtle asks, nothing on the new BattleTech fiction for GenCon. We actually do have the next thing. I'm not sure what's going on for GenCon yet, but I do know I'm clicking on Discord to make sure that I say this right. But there's so many messages, guys. Go to... Whee! I gotta scroll to find it. From Turbo Turtle, who is Craig Reed, In the Shadow of the Dragon is going to be out in July. I think the drop date is July 15th for that. And and it will be the GenCon new release. So well done. We are bringing up or starting to build a marketing campaign for that. There will be a new book ad for us to have in our commercials and post on the YouTube page. I'm pretty excited about this. One of the things that so I have someone that's doing part-time social media for me so that I can get other things done. And they're running ads for me. And we've kind of seen like some hits on fiction and stuff like that. But Brian Young talked to me at Adepticon, and we actually had 2 months to market without question. And the numbers that we've seen just from having the time and like we had plans, there was store appearances and author signings and video ads and posts and all of this stuff. Like we did a whole lot more attention and media on it. And so last week when I had my meeting with John Helfers, we pulled up the sales figures just to see how it all went. And we looked as far back from all of 2024 until now, and all of 2023. Our highest day one book sales was 50 copies. Day one of Without Question was 147 copies. Day two was 146. So that was a really cool feeling to like show that the effort going in was it works. So you'll be seeing more from Craig's book, In the Shadow of the Dragon, coming out on socials. So we'll be doing some fun stuff. Craig, I'll probably reach out to you if, or Brian will, and we'll get you on Tuesday Newsday to talk about the book and all kinds of stuff. So coming soon.
Ren, maybe what we could do is get all the Shrapnel authors for Shrapnel 17 together, and we take them on a little tour around the country. What do you think about that?
I mean, I talk to John Helfers. I need to mark unread where I was in that chat so that I don't lose what people are pinging me for, because I'm so far. I have so many Discord messages, guys, from my vacation last week that I can't even see the servers I'm in. So like, I'll catch up when I catch up, right? It's fine. So anyway, little peek behind the curtain on how some of this stuff is doing. Shadowrun, Lorcan asks, any updates on when the Shadowrun first edition reprint will be available? I have my Shadowrun meeting on Wednesdays. So I will ask. I think the original plan was by GenCon. I know that's getting closer and closer now, so worth a check-in. And we'll let you know. All right, let's see. Leviathans, Kara Mindy asks, when will Leviathans start being available for those who missed the Kickstarter? We're looking toward end of this year, toward fulfillment, and then a game plan for, I do want to do some stuff, hopefully, while we're in Philly in the winter for the Battleship that's based in Philly, for us to play some Leviathans on and get some promo and press stuff and things to release, some content. But more coming on that as we get closer. Killian, why was Backerkit chosen over Kickstarter for the Get in the Game? Because Backerkit has been a really great partner with us for ads and stuff for tons of campaigns. Like the way they've been running ad campaigns and getting us followers. We're able to submit our lists to them of previous backers, of our email list and stuff like that, to make sure that like they don't charge us for revenue that would have come from us anyway. So they've been a really great partner for years, and they have their crowdfunding portal now, which has had its own success. You know, Brandon Sanderson moved over there, and there's been a lot of game creators that have moved over there. So they've been kind of poking us for a while about like, can you try it over here? And we're open to it. The thing that I think we're hesitant on mostly is because so many of our projects were on Kickstarter, and so like people will see we've got another project and like see the backer updates and see the hey, you backed this, did you know they're doing another one kind of thing. So there's a lot of marketing potential over on Kickstarter and recycling old backers that will want to hear about our new project. But for Snoop, we've never done anything like this before. No one really has. So we were like, maybe this is a good time to try it out and see if there's a new audience over here. Maybe board games go over there in the future. Maybe RPGs and BattleTech stay on Kickstarter. I don't know, but we're gonna try them out and see what happens. So that's why. Stakokos, Noman, will Catalyst be at DragonCon? Yep, that's the plan. I know that we're surprise, surprise, behind in planning. So we should be getting a focus here in the next couple weeks toward all of our summer conventions, so you should see some stuff populate pretty soon.
I know for DragonCon, they're going to do some Shadowrun.
Yay!
Yeah, so they're going to have some Shadowrun agents there, so that I definitely know that's going on.
It went well last year from what I heard, so they're going to make it a little bit bigger this year and hopefully grow.
I'm kind of looking forward to Nova. I think I might try. I might drive out to Nova this year to
Cool.
see how it is. Because they've got a big not a 350. They've got a big Alpha Strike tournament going on, and they want to do a grinder and a scenario out there. So I might drive out to DC for that.
Awesome.
We'll see.
What else we got? B Powers asks, any chance the Shadowrun Edge Zone promos will be at GenCon this year? You know what? I'm going to copy and paste that over to the Shadowrun team, and maybe they'll get back to me while we're on the air. Who knows? If not, I can ask later. Oop, I don't want to send them messages from the Pulse Publishing account. I have a lot of Facebook pages after running Kickstarters, so let me switch on over there, find the RJ and Jason chat. Here we go. Boop. Got it. Also, sometimes RJ shows up in chat, so maybe he'll say something. Hey Ray, good to see you. By the way, Ray, I am going to be sending out a newsletter tonight, so if there's anything BattleTech you want me to include, you should send me a message. I meant to send you a message about this, but then I got on Tuesday Newsday, so. Hi, RJ! He appears! Any Shadowrun Edge Zone promos at GenCon this year? I'll let you have that in chat. Chris Merwin asks, if we have to change our address for shipping, who do we contact? You're moving in 2 weeks. The best place to do that right now is store@catalystgamelabs.com. CJ's been drowning in these, but as we get the requests, he gets them into a spreadsheet, which Tyler then uses to coordinate with QML. Prussian Havoc for Rem. Now that we have 18 sessions of Tuesday Newsday, what one thing has worked perfectly? What one thing would you like to see change? I would, oh gosh, I mean, there's plenty. Like, I'd love to do right now. So I've been contract with Catalyst since I started. At first it was a 6-month contract, then we extended another 6 months. Right now I'm at 14 months, and I'm just starting renegotiation conversations with Lauren. And one of the things is, like, there's so much I want to do, and I don't have time. Between working full-time for Catalyst and having my own company, the spell slots are few. So my hope is that in this renegotiation period, like I've already talked to him about, like, I was planning all the trade shows. I'm still willing to go to the trade shows and do the marketing things I need to do, but in terms of registering and hotels and badges and travel and whatever else needs to happen, like that's a lot of time and effort that I don't have a lot of time for. So it's one of the things that may drop off my plate. And then I would have more time to like, I'd love to do, I'm still not in love with the overlay. It's basic, but it's the time I had to put in. I'd love to get music. I'd love to get ahead of planning for, and this comes with marketing, to be able to, you know, with the demonstration that we had from Without Question, I'd love to be able to get the company to a place where I know what street dates are 2 to 3 months out, so that I can start advertising early, and then I could do this around it where I could say, okay, well, Craig, I should have Craig on the week of the 15th and actually have a calendar instead of last minute stuff. So lots of stuff I would like to improve. In terms of stuff that goes well, the engagement, like the community seems to really like these and appreciate the open door to have a conversation and to ask questions and to see what's coming. So that's what this was designed for, and it's doing what it was designed for. So I don't mind putting the time in when that goal is being accomplished. So
we always enjoy the leaks, Rem. Always the little leaks that you get that the guests give. We always enjoy those too.
Luckily, I've only had well, I've had the Brent one that I needed to edit out, and then I had Lauren misquoting delivery times or shipping times, but you know, it's part of the risk. People have been asking me if, because we're doing quarterly, you're helping me actually do quarterly Reddit AMAs for BattleTech and Shadowrun, and quarterly Discord AMAs, and people periodically keep asking me for YouTube ones, and I'm like, I don't have time to watch every single bit of content if we were to do that and make sure that nobody's saying anything they shouldn't. And it's a whole lot harder to pull back when people have said it instead of delete message, delete message, delete message. So I don't know. It gives me anxiety a little bit. But that's what it is. Let's see. I think that covers most of it, of what I've got.
I've got a question for you, Rem.
Okay.
What about the Clan Invasion Kickstarter? I know there were some things that still need to be fulfilled. Do we have any updates on those?
That was actually just brought up at the directors meeting today. There's some new fiction that's getting ready or ready to be delivered or something.
Okay.
What was that?
I said okay.
Yeah. There is, so last I had talked about this, we had collected the various spreadsheets that had too much information and had a data person look at it. I just want to set it on fire. I think honestly that's probably going to be, that is what we need to do. But my master plan is at this point, I have a new employee that's working on with a client for 30 hours. And so in his other 10 hours a week, I want him to work on Clan Invasion and like sorting through it, getting what we need, communicating what like just catching up on all of it, and starting it out. The learning curve and the travel schedule and everything else has taken a little longer to settle in. So it's gonna have to be after Origins once I'm back. And I was even gonna have them do a little extra project for me before Clan Invasion, which is getting the Kappas their second shipment. Because that was something that was on my plate in my first 6 months that I had a little more time for, and now I just haven't had. So I'm kind of using that time to help me get stuff done and Clan Invasion. So yeah, we are working in that direction, but it's been slow. Any other questions? Feel free to drop them in chat. I'd love to give you guys too a little update, since some of you are kind of asking. I have some numbers from my first year that I shared with Lauren. I've shared with a couple of different groups. I think I shared them with you too, Topa, of kind of results on growth and stuff like that. So for marketing, our largest reach was on the Catalyst main page. And of course, we had the BattleTech Kickstarter. We have done most of our ads through the Catalyst page and stuff like that. So our page reach this year, last year, the year before I started, was 1 million, a million views. This year was 2.7 million views. Page visits last year was 47,000. This year was 155,000. Followers at the start of last year was 12,600. This year it's 13,600. So it's been nice to see that grow. I've got the data for all. I just don't want to like spreadsheet everyone during this. And then YouTube made me really excited. So all we had really done, I started in March, and Tuesday Newsday I think started in like February or something. So we only had a couple of views at that point, or a couple of episodes at that point. But I got very excited that for YouTube, from March 2022 to February 2023, we had 11,600 views, 1,000 minutes of watch time, and 270 new subscribers. The only content that we've really done in 2023, in my time in 2023, was Tuesday Newsday at the very end. We were streaming at conventions, which did all right. We did the Crescent Hawks video that my company did right before I started.
Right.
And we did the Shadowrun Realmsmith stream and the commentary. And then, yeah, no, that was it, because even Six Sides didn't start until this year, until April. So we really didn't do that much. And our views went from the 11,600 to 169,000. Our 1,000 minutes of watch time went to 24.9 thousand minutes of watch time. And our 270 new subscribers went to 4.5 thousand subscribers. So thank you guys so much. This has been very easy numbers to show Lauren and be like, let us do more. Our top content was the Crescent Hawks training video. We got 24,000 views on that. Our second highest was the BattleTech Mercenaries. The last 48 or 72 hours or whatever we did got 11,000 views. So it's been really cool to see the growth, and a lot of marketing is very hard. Lauren likes numbers, and especially $ numbers. And it's very hard to prove marketing sometimes because it's a very indirect expense. Like, I can show big numbers, but what does that mean in terms of dollars? And you can't track that. There's some things we can track, but not a lot. So being able
the books, right?
What was that?
The books help, the advertising for the books and the marketing.
Yeah, that's
related to. Yeah.
That's very easy. Another one that I love bragging about is when the Mercenaries campaign was live, we were in the middle, in the kind of slower period, and everyone was complaining, but I made them get on one night and do an AMA, and we went up $30,000 in that 2 hours that we were on. And I'm like, see? So having those like ways to be able to show that it's coming back, but also like growth by this amount, even Lauren can appreciate and stuff like that. So it's been really nice to be able to see that growth and validating, and being able to like, there's more content that we want to do and have in the works and have coming. It's part of my renegotiation conversation as well, for like sponsorships we want to do, and ideas that we have. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's been a really good year. And I want to keep it going. It's been great. And thank you to the community that's made it worth it. So really appreciate it.
Good job, Rem.
This year has been 10,000 years. But it's good to see some of that growth and see some of it show. There's so much that I haven't been able to touch or do yet. Like newsletters are still sporadic because I haven't had the spell slots. So hopefully
baby steps, Rem. Just takes baby steps, right? One step at a time.
Well, I appreciate you, Topa. I appreciate Topa. For those who don't know, I think we met at Origins, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So it's our year of friendiversary.
Yep.
And Topa came up and taught me some BattleTech, and you know, we've kind of gotten to become friends. He's helped me with a lot of the community stuff, and is very measured personality that balances me quite nicely. So really appreciate everything.
My daughter probably wouldn't say that, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Topa, for being here. Thank you, viewers, for being here. Don't forget to follow us on Discord and socials and all the places. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all the things. Oh, hi, Tyler. Silently agrees while going through Merc's messages. Sorry. But we'll see you. I don't think I will be here next week because I'll be at Origins. And the following Tuesday, I will be in Los Angeles. So I think we're going to have a 2-week break. But I'll see you guys in a couple weeks and keep you posted on anything new that comes out. Bye.
You had Origins, Ram.
Bye. See you next week.
Yep.